What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Network Chuck. Today we're talking about Azure. Today we're talking about the cloud. We're talking about every cloud provider. We're talking about Google Cloud, AWS, but we're going to hit Azure because it's pretty important. And I've got a guest on today. He is mostly known as the packet thrower. He's everywhere on Reddit. He's in the Discord. He's on like every Discord I think there is on Cisco. He's in my Discord helping out every day. He's helped me out a lot. And he's an Azure expert and a lot of other stuff. But this is Don. I'll bring him on right now. Say hi, Don. Do you go by Don? All right, guys. So that was a complete and total nightmare. I love live streaming. The same method I used with my last live stream did not work this time. But hey, do you guys like my studio? Oh, fun times. But anyways, for those that are still here, hi. How are you guys doing? I recently moved. And this is my new studio. And now let's talk about Azure. Now, you know, I have been a huge advocate for Azure over AWS and Google Cloud for a while now. Not just because I'm teaching it at CBC Nuggets. It was my first certification. So I got the AZ900. I now have the AZ103. I taught both of those courses on CBC Nuggets, link below. And it's awesome. Now, Don, who I wish I could ask questions to right now, we'll have to recap next week. He is an Azure expert, which is not just saying, oh, he knows things. It's saying that he actually has a... Can you guys hear me, by the way? He actually took... I guess it's like a CCIE equivalent for cloud. He took the Azure expert exam, and he's an expert. That's all it is. And by the way, this is a, let me take my headphones off now. Can you guys hear me? Still no audio? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. I'm being a noob today. I swear. Today is one of those days where I'm like feeling super imposter syndrome and trying to get things going. New environment, it's hard. Anyways, but you don't want to hear about that right now. So anyways, Azure, with them making that government contract, I think they're making even more of a move to becoming a bigger company, bigger in the cloud space. Now, really, I wanted to make this live stream not to just say, oh, Azure is better than everybody else. What I really wanted to say is you need to start learning cloud. It's becoming a bigger and bigger thing. That's kind of been my thing, right? Like I've been saying, like you can't just rely on networking anymore. You have to learn Linux. You have to learn some other complementary skills. But man, the cloud. Everybody I talk to is at least dipping their toe into the cloud. Every company is starting to move into the cloud. So if you're looking for that edge, I was just talking with Don like the 15 minutes before the packet thrower, the 15 minutes before our call. He was saying that a special place you want to be, if you could tell anyone to start off now, is to, I think Derek Smith is in there. Hey, Derek. Is to, I lost my train of thought. I was reading something. Need some more coffee. Hold on. A good place to be is to be kind of the hybrid, to where you know networking. You have your CCNA, or you are really heavy on the server side of things or storage, and you can be that kind of migration engineer. I was doing some job searches on Indeed and LinkedIn today. There's a lot of jobs out there looking for cloud migration engineers, companies who just need people to come in who know both sides to help with that transition. Oh my gosh, that'll be such a killer career. You don't even know. So I think that's the, I will do a Skype with Meowsers here soon. Yeah, the whole thing, more Cisco. That's the packet thrower's big tagline from, he's a big Reddit guy, more Cisco. They're always saying more Cisco. Always telling me more Cisco because I've been doing a bunch of Azure stuff. And someone asked, should I skip my network cert and get Azure instead? Oh, Ignite's going on right now? Oh, man. I wonder if they'll announce any new certifications. No, get the network cert. And I always tell people any certification you get, like CCNA, Linux or anything, is just going to complement your cloud skills, because cloud is just all of that up there. It's all it is. So you're still going to have to know about storage. You're still going to have to know about networking. I just made some networking videos today on Azure. It's all very present, all very there. You have to know it. But yeah, networking is like Derek just said. You want to know networking for the cloud. Someone asks Azure versus AWS. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I think right now, honestly, you can't go wrong with either. And Don was telling me before the live stream that a lot of companies, and he's in Canada. He works for a VAR, a value-added reseller, which he doesn't work for one company. He works for a company that manages the infrastructure for a bunch of companies. He's the principal architect, so he's pretty much just the boss. He's the guy in the cloud. And he's saying that a bunch of people are getting mad at Amazon for whatever reason. They just don't like AWS. So they'll either end up going with Azure if they're more of an infrastructure focused company. They're more like, infrastructure as a service, putting it, taking their whatever they have, Exchange, or putting it in Office 365, and they go with Azure on that space. But if they're more DevOps focused, they're going with Google Cloud. Which I didn't tell you guys. I started playing with Google Cloud a couple weeks ago. I was trying to throw, what was I doing? I was trying to do, I think I was doing some Linux labbing in there. I was trying to automate some stuff. And I have to say, it's not my favorite. I'm so used to Azure. Oh, we got a super chat from Anthony. Thanks so much. He says, thanks for the awesome content. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, more content is coming. Just this moving to a new home and building out the studio at the same time. Has been exhausting. I'm like about to just lose it, and then this live stream not working the way I want, about to stink and lose it. Any info on when CBT Nuggets will release the new CCNA 200-301? Well, I can't say too many things, but definitely we'll have some content out very soon in the coming month. I'm currently creating content for that still, and so is Jeremy Chara. And Keith Barker's already finished his contest. You'll be seeing some stuff very, very soon. Who wants to talk about my Linux Plus? Spectrum. Let's talk about Linux Plus. I will be getting on my Linux Plus here again soon because I miss it, honestly. I'll be doing things in Linux. I'm like, I forgot how to do this, or I need to know more about this. So I want to get back into my studies and that. But I've got a busy, stinking end of the year coming. I got to get my Linux Plus because I committed to you guys on that. I also need to do my CCNP. If you guys recall, I took all the tests, but they were expired. So I got to redo my CCNP route and CCNP switch before Startpocalypse, February 2020. I still very much want to do that. I think I can do it. So I'm gonna go for it. But it's exhausting. Nuzluck Nate, I'm not sure how to say your name. He says, he'd love a great place to get resources for free to learn at his own pace. Had to drop out of college due to high cost. He's eager to learn, teach his son. That's the beauty of the internet. Like, oh my goodness, you don't have to pay anything almost to get some quality study resources. Now, it's not going to be like the beauty of going to CBT Nuggets or Pluralsight or any of these big training websites is that it's curated for you. They've got everything right there. They give you quiz questions. They give you practice tests. They give you a lot of support. So it's great. Like, you don't have to think about it. You just need all the things you need are right there. If you want to go on your own, it's a bit harder because you have to do some searching. But the documentation's out there. YouTube, oh my goodness, is a gold mine. Like, even like for CCNA stuff or Network Plus, you got Professor Messer. They got his whole video series is just on YouTube for free, which I think is so cool. There's resources out there. With how things are today and how things are changing, you'll never be without good quality training, even if you can't really afford it. And Udemy, I mean, great courses. Most of the time, $10. In fact, they're still doing their sale right now, 50% off. Great course. I'll list a bunch of courses in my description, so if you guys want to check that out, it'll help me out. Thanks for the super chat, WSTG. He says, your videos are inspirational. I watch your videos anytime I need motivation. That's awesome. I'm glad I can be that for you, because today I probably needed to watch myself because I was just like in a rut. My goodness. I was just, moving and feeling like imposter syndrome. Like, that. You guys ever get that? My goodness. I get it all the time now. It's hard. And I think the only way to make myself feel better, the only way I can really find is by either watching YouTube videos or just labbing up something or getting back in and like reminding myself, hey, you actually do know some things. Because it's hard. It gets difficult trying to learn everything, remember everything, especially when there's so many things to learn. Trying to keep up with both knowing networking and learning cloud and Linux. It's a lot of stuff to keep in your brain, and your brain just, it forgets stuff. It's a jerk, and it just drops things out of your head. Half the time I'm just like having to Google what I forgot. Super Tao, good to see you, brother. Is this my new setup? Yeah, it's a work in progress. This is one angle, which, what do you guys think? Is it, you like it? I need some help with I'm adjusting my lighting and stuff. And obviously I need some help with my live streaming. But I'm going to have a few scenes throughout the office. My entire office, by the way, my entire studio is completely painted black. It looks so sick. My sister-in-law Audrey did it, and it's so cool. And then my brother-in-law Nathan helped out with putting up the boards and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. My new network is coming. It's just my Ubiquiti equipment's just sitting in a box. I'm waiting to unbox it. Right now I'm still running my Cisco network with my DMVPN connection back to my data center. I'm gonna take that stuff out of my data center and put it into my home. I'm gonna have a network rack and everything, but it's just finding the dang time to put it up. I can't wait to play with it. I've got all this new stuff. I just don't have the time. Let's see. Someone's already, so the starting artist, I like that, already invested into learning GCP, Google Cloud. Let's see if you have a study method for learning use cases for apps and programs within the cloud. That was something I struggled with, because I would learn about the cloud and the technologies, but I wanted to see like, oh, what's a good example of what a network would look like in the cloud? Has anyone actually done this? I'm not gonna lie, I had a hard time finding that. So I would just, I know it's not the easiest answer, not the answer you're looking for, but Googling around, get into my Discord or any other communities on Reddit and just talk to people, maybe on LinkedIn, see who actually has the GCP certifications and say, hey, can we chat? I want to find out, like, reach out. Networking, you might find it helpful for more ways than one. Like you're talking with them to just get ideas about how this works, but you might find that you'll be able to become friends. You'll have a contact in the field, and before you know it, maybe you're getting a job from this person. So yeah, network with people, figure it out. That's probably the best thing you can do right now. It's hard to keep up with everything, especially if you're a gamer. I love gaming. And I haven't gamed in forever. I've been playing this old game. I forgot what it was called. Dark Souls, I think. Something like that. What was it? It's something like that. I love it, but I just don't have enough time to play. Microsoft has a copy of their entire global network in Azure. That's lit. That's so cool. But no, I seriously love the cloud and playing with it. I love the fact that you can, whatever you want to lab up, it's just right there. Especially if you're doing the $200 free credit for the first 30 days, just jump in there and do it. Google Cloud has an even better offering. You get $300, and it's good for a year. Packet Thrower, he's in the chat, so if you guys have questions for him, let him know. More Cisco. I'll be getting into more Cisco stuff here soon. Now again, I apologize for how stupid this live stream was, by the way. Like I wanted to interview Don and get him on, but I don't know what the heck happened. We'll try it again. We'll get knee deep in Azure, up to the neck in Azure, and we'll just talk about it in cloud stuff. And he has so much experience with Cisco and firepower. I'll let him tell you, but it's amazing. And I'll be doing more Cisco stuff here very, very soon. Justin says, loving the new AZ103 content. Oh, thank you so much. I've been working on that. It's been really fun, so I'm glad you're liking it. He's the starting artist who asked the same question about finding examples for Google Cloud. He's asking about like BigQuery versus SQL. I don't know. That's rough. It's hard to find good examples, but I know Google has like documentations. They'll have environments that they say, oh, this is what it looks like versus this, and this is how you migrate. But that's just examples. It's not really a good tell. So talking with somebody will tell you more than anything else. William Murray, I love seeing your face. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Where do you think stable careers lie in terms of the mixing networking and cloud? Just migration, data center, and what are options that you have run into while searching Indeed? Also, just got my JNCIA, Juniper's fun. How dare you? How dare you get your Juniper certifications? No, congrats, dude. That's amazing. Diversifying like that. I mean, I'm assuming that you're working at a place where they need Juniper stuff, and you're going to be that guy, and that's awesome. So as far as like security in your job, I'll say this. I think as long as you keep learning, as long as you keep looking up, keep your head up and look at what's coming out and what's new, you'll always have security. The moment you put your head down and you stop learning, that's when you lose your job security. Job security is it's kind of a myth, I think. I feel like I used to put my job security into staying at one place, staying at one company and working really hard for that one company. But that company, the way they view you is you're just a number. You know, you're just, as long as you are valuable to them, they'll keep you around. And the moment they start losing money in their bottom line, they'll let you go. So your job security is all up here, all about how much value you bring, and you can take that value anywhere you go. And if you keep learning, you'll be fine. As far as like in the immediate future, what technology is going to keep you ahead? I think cloud for sure. Let me reread your question, make sure I'm not missing anything. I think a big thing will be DevOps kind of stuff, because people are not just moving to the cloud because it's easier or it might be cheaper in some situations. They're moving to the cloud because they can adapt more quickly to changes in their environment. If they need to quickly spin up a server, if they need to quickly expand their infrastructure, they can do that in the cloud. If they need to have their developers work in a very agile environment, and have a bunch of things automated, that's what they're moving to the cloud for. And if you can be there to facilitate that, you're gonna be way ahead. As far as like data center technology, we're still gonna have data centers for a very long time. I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. I think that like there's still gonna be places for people where you don't have to know everything. I was reading some posts from like Daniel Dibb. He's a CCIE. He's one of the Cisco IT Blog Award winners, and he's just a genius. I would beg him just to give me some of his knowledge. But his big argument is that you don't have to diversify so much. Like if you just want to become a hardcore networker, there's still places for you. If you want to become a hardcore data center guy, become the best you can be, and there'll be places for you. So I think there's still places for that. And again, I think the rule of thumb, and I'm kind of just rambling on, I know, but the rule of thumb is just keep your head up and you'll be fine. But immediate, I think cloud you'll win, learning Linux you'll win, and getting more into that DevOps thing, learning how to automate your environments from servers to networking. That's where you're going to win and be ahead. And you'll always win if you're helping a company succeed. And if that company isn't succeeding, then go somewhere else. I think I missed a super chat in here somewhere. Oh, no, I didn't. Maybe I did. Oh, Boson. I knew I missed someone. Boson. Back at it again. Thanks. Thanks for the super chat. And yeah, the studio is looking cool. Yes, I will need luck and Boson on my upcoming CCNP study. So I'll be using Boson a lot to refresh myself on all the crap I forgot, because I did forget a lot of things. I did my troubleshoot exam. Oh my goodness, I did it in January. So it's almost been a year. I forgot everything. I know I did. I feel like I should talk more about cloud now, because the whole live stream title is cloud, right? I love that. I don't know what Derek's talking about, but I love the statement. Fire up some Linux VMs for Kali in Azure. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think I might do that myself. Have you guys been watching David Bomble's Kali Linux videos recently? How to hack networks? That's so cool. Have I read the new Cisco report? No, I don't know. Stupid Millennial says Linux Plus versus LPIC 1. It's hard to say right now. There's still the old version is still one and the same. So if you get your Linux Plus, the old edition, I think you can still test on that. You get LPIC 1. But right now with the new Linux Plus versus LPIC 1, I don't know how the industry is responding to that. I don't know. Like personally, I had never heard of the Linux Professional Institute or the Linux Foundation. I had heard of CompTIA. So it's just a matter of what the industry values, what HR is looking for. What about Java in cloud? Yeah, there's from what I understand, I know that Microsoft recently started supporting more and more Python in the cloud. I think they support Java. Derek, let me know or someone smarter than me, let me know. Yeah, Java's up in there. Have I used Stealth Watch before? Very, very, very little, but I've used it. It's cool. Yeah, JSON's more important. And learning JSON's important for almost every area of IT now, from Cisco to cloud, Linux, everything. What's the best way to learn Kali subsystem for Linux, for Microsoft? Well, the best way to get it set up, I guess I could make a video about it. But yeah, it's not too crazy. It's like one PowerShell command to enable the subsystem, the WSL, the Windows subsystem for Linux, and then it's just installing an app. It's like you go to the Windows Store and you install Kali Linux, which is the craziest thing. I did go through. I forgot to make a video about it. There's so many things I want to talk about, but I did set up a GUI where you could access it and actually access the desktop, so you feel like you're just running a VM, but it's just an app, which is pretty cool. But I don't know how limited it is. I know people keep saying, oh, there's limitations. I haven't found where the limitations are, so I don't know. But I know best case, run a VM. Oh no, someone's late, Tater Tot. It's okay. What you missed was the live stream pooped itself, and now we're just talking about random stuff. I may have said this already, Azure versus AWS. Azure, only because I really only know Azure. Y'all be proud of me. I did set up my first AWS account a few weeks ago when I set up a few VMs and was playing with it because I wanted to do a GNS3 and AWS video. But here's where AWS pisses me off. Sorry for the language. They don't support, my mind is melting right now, nested virtualization. Because you need that for GNS3. Basically virtualization inside of virtualization. They do support it on their bare metal instances, but they're like super pricey. Oh my goodness, they're expensive. So Azure, it works just dang fine. But I did set up some VMs in AWS and it was fun. I still prefer Azure. I think it's prettier. And that's just superficial, but I hear people love Azure when they use it over AWS. I got a super chat from one angry koala. Thank you. It says I have my Net Plus, A Plus, Security Plus, and network security, and about 5 years of general IT and sysadmin experience. I don't know what my next shirt should be. Azure, Citrix, CCNA, AWS, maybe more security, job-wise. That's a tough one. So you have 5 years experience, which is awesome. Like you've got a lot of stuff going for you. So many certifications. You've got a lot of experience. Oh man, what is your job? I always say this. What is your current job value? Who are the higher up guys who are above you? What are they doing? What direction is your company moving? If you like hear word like, oh hey, if you hear whispers, hey, we heard that they're moving to the cloud. They're slowly moving stuff to Azure. They're slowly moving stuff to AWS. Jump on that. Be that guy. That's what I would do. So I'll put my ear to the ground, listen to see what's going on at your current company and see if there's any opportunity and learn that. Citrix could be your thing. CCNA, if there's an opening on the network team and they want a CCNA, go for that. Other than that, see, you got to, I would say fall in love with whatever, suits you, like try it all out and see what you love. But I have not encountered a technology I just don't absolutely love. Like I love most of them. So I would just start to look at the job boards and see what has a better search. Search Azure, see what comes up. How many searches come up in your area? Search AWS, search CCNA and see what's available. I think a good combination of those might get you somewhere. Citrix is more, like I'm assuming like you're looking at Citrix load balancers and stuff. That'll be good. Hope I answered your question. Oh, and man, I am so stoked about making more hacking stuff. I really want to get into more hacking. The problem is it's a learning curve, and it's finding the time to do it. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my coffee here. Oh, Steve Uzi says, I almost lost it. Passed the CCNA exam, so thinking about what search to go for next. Just confused. He needs help. Well, Steve, I'll kind of regurgitate the same advice I just gave. Was it one Amy Koala? Yeah. If you're currently working at a company in IT, do what they want you to do. Say, hey, I want to advance and become awesome in this company. What can I do? Otherwise, if you got your CCNA and you don't have a job in IT yet, don't worry about studying for the next certification. Focus all your energy on finding that first job. So what you got to do. That's got to be your priority. You can get a great job with CCNA. It's possible. It might be entry level, but I would focus on getting that first job because experience is the best thing. It's the most valuable thing. You need that. Once you have that first job, no matter what level it's in, then work on your next cert. Show your worth. Work your butt off. But yeah, with CCNA, I would just stop for a second. Take a breather. I know it's tempting because it's addicting. It's like a drug addiction. Getting your first certification or your second and third, and you want to keep going. Before you go on to CCNP or you get cloud stuff, I would just get that job. Get the job. Blue team security guys are important too, I guess. It's not less glamorous. It's just, well, I guess you're right. It is less glamorous. Nice beards. Well, I'll tell you, does a nice beard help is what someone's asking. Something that makes you stand out does help, because think about this. I've been on this on the other side of the table of interviewing people. People come in, they might see 10, 15 candidates in a day. I don't know. Maybe 5 candidates in a day. Obviously they're going to interview them and find out what their skills are. What do they actually know stuff? But then they're also going to look at the traits that set them apart. Having a beard kind of sets you apart. Like a beard's not going to get you a job. Don't like, oh, honey, I have to get a beard and you have to go like buy implants or something. No, don't do that. But having something unique about yourself that stands out, I think that helps. Like, oh, what do you think about the guy with the beard? Yeah, he was good. Like, it's just something that makes you different. I think that's important. So whether it's a funny tie or something, I think something that makes you stand out, I think that helps. Honestly, that's what I've always kind of done. Otozu Ahutu. Hello again. Azure versus AWS. I would say Azure. Only because Microsoft is a beast. They're huge. So is Amazon. Don't get me wrong. They've been in the cloud business, and they have a big foothold, bigger than everyone else right now. But Azure is creeping up, man. They are getting bigger. They won that $10 billion, B as in billion dollar contract with the Department of Defense. So that's a big deal. They beat Amazon in that. So I think Azure, I think it's going to win. I think it is. Now, as far as like jobs, I think there's more AWS jobs right now. There is. But you can position yourself. And honestly though, I only know Azure. That's all I know. I got my Azure certifications. That's all I know. I have tried out Google Cloud and I've tried out AWS. Let me tell you, I didn't have to look up too many things to get set up. They're all pretty similar. The technologies just have a slight little name change, and that's it. Cloud technologies are they're all borrowing features from themselves. It's like Cisco versus Juniper. Like there are standards in place. It's all, you learn one cloud, you're going to learn them all, kind of thing. There'll be slight differences. Can I do a video on people wanting to start hacking? Well, I did a great video with the Cyber Mentor, who we talked about how to start hacking. That was my last live stream. But I will definitely be more vocal, and I'll do more content about how I am learning to become more of a hacker. And, it's kind of like, what really is a hacker? I think a hacker is more just like learning about technologies and learning the vulnerabilities and learning how they tick and work, and then trying to exploit those in some way and learning how to use the tools that hackers use. Now, I hope to be able to get to the point someday where I can write my own hacking tools, using Python or whatever. But for now, I just want to learn how to use the tools that the industry experts already use. I forget already what the Cyber Mentor mentioned, but there's Kali Linux. That's important. But there's other big tools. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Compared to the CCNA, how hard is the Azure exam? Oh, I haven't talked about this on YouTube. I forgot I only talked about it on Instagram and LinkedIn. So it's so funny. I took the AZ-103 exam, the Azure Administrator Associate exam, which is like the AWS Solutions Architect equivalent or CCNA equivalent for Azure Cloud. I took that back in, was it April or July or something like that? April. And I was taking it fresh. I had just like passed my AZ-900. I hadn't studied a lot for AZ-103, but I knew some stuff. But I didn't expect to pass. I was just kind of seeing what it was like. So I went in there, I took I did it from home. They have home testing, which I thought was so cool. I took the exam and I'll tell you more about it in a minute, but it was hard. And as I expected, I failed it. I'm like, oh, well, that's a bummer. I didn't really get a score report, which I thought was weird. So I failed, whatever. And I was going to take it again sometime. And I never did. But I get an email, and this is like 2 weeks ago. I get an email saying, hey, congrats for passing your AZ-103 exam. You're now an Azure Administrator Associate. I'm like, what? I didn't take the exam again. Did someone steal my stuff and like take it for me? Because they're awesome. Thank you. No, so I was confused, and I logged into and I thought it was spammy. Like maybe I was getting phished or something, hacking. So I logged into I didn't click on the links because I was like, this is too fishy. I'm not going to click on the link. Someone's phishing me. So I logged into my Microsoft portal, and sure enough, there it was. I had my badge. I was certified. I'm like, what? That's so weird. And it showed I took the exam back in April or June, and it said I passed back then. That is so weird. So I was going to call Microsoft, but there's not really a way to contact Microsoft. I don't know why. So I just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay quiet about it, and that's cool. And then I get an email from Pearson VUE, the people who manage the exams, saying, hey, you might have realized that you passed your exam. The reason was we had an issue at the lab. And after regrading your lab, you actually passed. You had a passing score. So that's cool. Never had that happen to me before. But anyways, the exam. That was the most fun I've ever had taking an exam. It was so cool. The most hands-on exam I've ever had. Even more hands-on than the T-Shoot exam for CCNP. Yes, it was more difficult than the CCNA, I would say. It was. I'd say it's more difficult, but man, it was so fun because a lot of it was you're actually using the Azure portal. Like you log into the Azure portal, and that's how you manage your Azure cloud environment. You're logging into that in the exam, and they just say, hey, configure this, do this, and you're doing it. You're just doing it, which is so cool. So I guess that could be part of the issue with the lab grading is that you could have done it in multiple ways. You could use PowerShell commands. You could use the GUI. You could have used Bash. You could have used a lot of stuff. So, oh my gosh, the most fun exam I've ever had. And I've heard the AWS exam is not like that. I heard it's more multiple choice. Azure was not like that at all. It was so cool. Kudos to Microsoft for the cool exam. Had so much fun. I'm almost bummed I can't take it again. Or I guess I can. I'm bummed I don't have to take it again. Thank you, Yonatan Makara, for the super chat. Cisco is love. It is love. Cisco is life. It is life. More CCNA. You're the best. Thanks. I love the sentiments. Yes, I do miss Cisco. Oh my goodness. I'll be getting back into it more here when I get my CCNP stuff going. But man, I've been so busy with Linux and cloud and hacking. That stuff I've always wanted to get into that. So now they get a chance to do that. It's so fun. So Phil asked a question. Phil with 2 L's. Phil, what are the Linux versions of Azure? And is the cloud part of network engineering or systems? So Azure is very heavily Linux based. You'll encounter all kinds of stuff in Azure, but yeah, Linux is all up in the Azure cloud. And to answer your question, as far as what Linux versions are up there, you can install whatever version you want with images, but what they have now is they have Red Hat, they have CentOS, they've got Ubuntu, and what else? Am I missing one? That's the main images you can deploy from the portal, but you can do more, I believe. And as far as what is the cloud part of network engineering or systems, and it's both. The cloud is it's everything. See, if you know networking, you go up there, it's a place you go to. When you start working in cloud, you will use networking, guaranteed. If you know system stuff, you can use your systems knowledge, how to manage your virtual machines, how to secure your Windows virtual machines, how to be a Linux admin up there. It's all up there. Nothing changes as far as how to manage those things. They're just up there. So Jonathan Torres says Network Plus exam scheduled this Friday. Good luck. Next, what would you think, Linux or Azure? That is a tough one. I think, honestly, I would go Linux, because when you jump into Azure and you know Linux, you're gonna have a good time. Trust me, you will. Because in the Azure portal, you can do a lot of stuff in command line. It's highly recommended you do. You can choose one of two panes of glass for yourself. You can either use PowerShell, or you can use Bash, and you can use what's called Azure CLI. You can install Azure CLI like on any Linux box you can think of, and you can just run Azure commands from your Ubuntu or CentOS. So yeah, learn Linux. You'll have a good time in the cloud. Mike Bearden, enjoying my CBT videos. Thanks, dude. That means a lot. I don't get a lot of feedback on my CBT content, so it's really good to hear that. So thanks a lot. It's weird because like I do make a lot of YouTube videos, but I spend most of my time creating CBT Nuggets content. So if you want to check it out, link below. Shameless plug. If anything, just sign up for a 7-day free trial and just check out my stuff. And let me know what you think. Someone just asked, did I miss the packet thrower? We all did, because he got on. I could hear him, but nobody else could. Something jagged. I used the same. People thought I made a mistake. I don't know what happened. The audio wasn't working for him. And long story short, it didn't work. We're going to try again next time. Are there PowerShell certs? I don't think so. I think they're all baked into whatever you do with your stuff. I'm starting to fade with your I need to go to dinner with your Microsoft certifications. Going for Azure exam right before CCNA. That's solid. That's good. What was the Cali guy again? Oh, well, David Bombal is doing Cali stuff. But then there's the Cyber Mentor, which he's great. I love that guy. His name's Heath. I always call people by their YouTube names, but his name's Heath. What is the best Linux distro? I'm not really qualified to answer that. I think CentOS is a good one just because it's Red Hat based. So if you're looking to get into Linux, to not just like have as a homebrew situation where you have your own servers and stuff running at your house. If you're looking to get into Linux to actually become a Linux systems admin for the whole holistic view of things, learning CentOS is good because it's Red Hat, and Red Hat is big in businesses. Red Hat, Ansible, all that stuff. It's all intertwined. But as far as like home, I've heard great things about, what's that really complicated one that people tell me to do? I forget what it is. But Ubuntu's good. Ubuntu's like one of the most popular ones. You guys got to tell me what's that really complicated version of Linux that is the brand. Sean Powers is here. Sean, help me. What is? Oh, Arch Linux. That's what it is. Arch Linux. Arch. Yes. Supertel. Thank you. Arch Linux. I heard Arch Linux is fun. Which I need to do that. I need to do that. CentOS gets you ready for the enterprise. And I really FreeBSD. I don't really know where that comes into play either. I know that Netflix runs off FreeBSD because I mentioned that Netflix was run off Linux in my video. I got so many comments going, actually, Netflix is run off FreeBSD. Well, sorry. Anyways, I'm starting to fade off. Sorry about the bum live stream. I'm glad I got a chance to talk. There's plenty of people here having a good time. I promise to talk more about Azure certs legitly with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Like this guy, the packet thrower. Seriously, if you can do anything right now, guys, go join my Discord. There's a link in the description below. There will be here soon because I didn't put it yet. networkshock.com/Discord. He's in there. He's amazing. He's there like almost every day answering questions for beginners, people who are looking to get into Azure, Cisco, Firepower, like whatever. He's awesome. And he's helped me with a lot of my videos. So go in there and pick his brain. If you have any questions, he's there, and I'll have him on a live stream again soon. GoSubi46, thank you for the super chat. Can you show us your computer setup? So right now it's not like super cool. I just have an MSI laptop because I try to keep my stuff portable. But I will be doing a gaming computer because I now have a studio. The reason I didn't do a gaming computer before is because my last studio was in a closet with no ventilation, and I live in Texas. So during the summer, if you don't have ventilation and you've got a massive server running in your or a massive gaming PC, you're gonna fry. And so will my computer. So now I've got the studio with ventilation. I will be building a gaming PC to run my stuff, and I'm super excited. I will be showing that. Let's see. Why don't I sell my course on Udemy? Because my course is on CBT Nuggets. Go check that out. What did I use to prepare for Azure? Chris asks. I used a lot of Microsoft documentation. I'm even though I create video content, I'm very much a reader. I read a lot, and I think I learn better from reading. Probably because I'm a slow learner. So I have to I can't just follow someone's video. I have to read slowly to actually get it in my brain. Let me tell you though, the best way I've learned, and I can't tell you how it's changed my learning process, and I made a video about this, but when I was learning Azure, I was also teaching it, and that made me learn it so much better. It cemented the ideas in my brain. I know it so well, and when I took that exam, I just knew it. It was great. So yeah, that's how I prepare. A lot of Microsoft documentation, but for you to prepare, I would say, go watch my videos on CBT Nuggets. A link below. I did both the AZ103 with Knox Hutchinson, another CBT Nugget trainer, and I did the AZ900, which is the Azure Fundamentals. So if you're really fresh and new into the cloud, I hold your hand and I walk you through the cloud. We kind of walk through. It's on a run or a sprint. I explain everything. I assume you know nothing. Let's see. I'm looking through comments here. Are those hue lights on the wall? I wish I would have gotten hue lights. It's some off market. They're called Govee. I'll put links sometime soon. They're cool. They do some cool stuff. But they won't work with Alexa right now, which I'm really sad about. Which I'll be doing a network video about how I'm doing my network. I'm using Ubiquiti. I've got the network, the Security Gateway Pro. I'll have a switch from Ubiquiti. I've got 4 APs from them. It's going to be awesome. I'm being secure, putting my IoT stuff on a separate network. Oh, it's going to be so fun. Oh, Microsoft Learn. Derek says Microsoft Learn. That's a good one too. Microsoft Learn, they produce a lot of great content on their site, both video-based and reading-based. Great content. Oh, Ramzan, you're spamming. What's going on, man? Comment on this YouTube video later. It's hard for me to go back through these, and let me know. Anyways, okay, guys, I'm going to take off because I need to go eat dinner. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been so cool. I missed you guys last week. I'm becoming dependent on this thing, doing live streams. So I'll have more people on. Let me know in the comments or the chat who you want me to have on, what you want me to talk about more. I definitely will try again to have the packet thrower on, actually have him talk this time. And that's about it. I'll be in the trenches finishing up my AZ103 course this week, and then I'm diving headfirst into CCNA stuff, and it's going to be so fun. And then I'll be making content about CCNP, my journey, and some hacking stuff soon. So, I'm done. Guys, thanks so much. I'm going to talk to y'all later, and that's about it. Bye.